Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Before, let me get on a little bit of NBA news. NBA news real quick. Damian Lillard is thinking about going to Miami Heat, right? My first thoughts is simple. Well, who gonna take the last shot? Jimmy Butler has, deserves to take the last shot. But then you got Dame time at the same time. So that's going to just be an issue right there when they got the last couple of minutes in the game because Jimmy Butler has proven and earned that right. And Dame Lillard over the years, that's his thing. Other than that, if Dame would go in there and do a James Harden, and what I mean by doing the James Harden is this. Basically say, okay, the scoring, not so much. They don't really need that as much. Let me get to the facilitate the ball a little while, and I'm still dangerous from everywhere because I'm gonna stretch the floor everywhere. And when if Jimmy B brings the ball up, then I'm stretching the floor that way too. So it definitely would work though. I'm just saying those last 2 minutes. But I'm not. This ain't a basketball video. Just wanted to say that. I was just watching it a second ago. Now, Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz supposed to be, about to fight here. We hope. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Now, right, like we do in all fights, we want the opinion from somebody who's been in the ring with both of them, right? Like the Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. The people have been in the ring with both of them. Sean Porter. What does Sean Porter got to say? It's very important. In this case, Chris Arreola's been in the ring with both of them. Now, Chris Arreola has come out and said, boom. He said he got Deontay Wilder. He said he got Deontay Wilder. He said he's a smarter fighter. He's a smart fighter in the ring. He's a bad MFer. And another thing he said that I didn't think he would say in that environment because he was giving an interview to ES News. He said he's pulling for Deontay Wilder too. And let me tell you something about Chris Arreola. Anybody who's been watching boxing for a while he was active, not just the end lately, I'm talking about throughout his career, even before he lost to Bermain Stavern and everything. Chris Arreola is a real one. He's just a real one. He seems to be, all right dude, always been all right, always real. So when Chris Arreola says something, you're going to kind of, he's been fair forever, right? So even if Chris Arreola says something I don't agree with, I know damn well it's coming from a good place. It's that simple. And so, Chris Arreola, let's make sure this is clear. And the reason why I went like this, bam, is no matter when I talk about Chris Arreola, I talk about how real he is, but I also talk about when he fought Deontay Wilder had a torn bicep in the right arm, and his hand was fractured, if not broke, in the right arm. So he fought Chris Arreola into submission with a jab, right? And that's why Chris Arreola, if everybody else ignores that, because they try to act like Deontay Wilder's a one-trick pony and this and that, one-trick pony wouldn't have beat Chris Arreola that night, right? Somebody with no athleticism would not have beat Chris Arreola on that night, right? Someone who had no endurance wouldn't have beat Chris Arreola on that night, not into submission. One arm, and that happened to him early, and he fought, jabbed him into submission through the right hand every now and then, probably just to, so he wouldn't know too much. But he was jabbing him. And anybody who saw that fight can remember he kind of was just playing with him on the ropes where you would think, hey, man, you better cover yourself up, was playing with him. And then it hit him with something coming out of the ropes. I know that Chris Arreola respected that and knows that, damn it, how was he able to do that to me? I am still Chris Arreola. And no matter what part of his career it was in, because after that, Chris Arreola's had a couple of decent performances. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people try to say, well, there was after Chris Arreola. Yeah, that was the Chris Arreola that Andy Ruiz Jr. just had a whole lot to deal with. It was before that. So, yes, Chris Arreola got Deontay Wilder. If Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder fights, I think that's pretty much a badge of honor because a lot of people, say Deontay Wilder's not this and not that. But amongst the boxers, he's respected. And two things stick out here. One, Chris Arreola is going for Deontay Wilder. And two, I forget what two is. But one was he's going for Deontay Wilder for sure. And I'm pretty sure that he kind of remembers that he was able to beat him with one arm. Oh, two is that he considers Deontay Wilder to be a smart fighter, right? You don't hear that too often. But that's your boy Chris Arreola. Bam. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm out of here, y'all.